Hi, my name is Brunella. I'm a therapist at St. John Carpin Treatment Center, and I'm here today to talk about the coronal plane, which is one of the 3 gravitational planes that the body moves along. The coronal plane is that plane that divide the body between a front section and a back section. And just to show it more clearly, I can point to this chart where you'll see a straight line bisecting a body, starting from the hook to the plumb bob, just like what happens here with my plumb bob. This line creates a perfect line of gravity along which, in order to oppose gravity efficiently, we'll have to make sure that our ankles are positioned right straight under the knee joint under the hip under the shoulder, and the shoulder directly under the auditory meatus. So why do I think it's important that you know about the coronal plane? Let me show you. What you see in front of me is a plumb bob. Represents the gravity line. The coronal plane is when I position myself next to it, and you'll be able to view my front half and my back half of the body just bisected by this line. So the coronal plane is important because one of the first postural distortions that happen in the body really happened in the coronal plane. It's when the head moves forward of the shoulders, and now I have a projected head where what winds up holding up my head is no longer the cervical spine, but it's actually the muscles of the posterior compartment of the neck. And so I have the suboccipitals, all the extensors that are starting to tighten up, and I really start feeling uncomfortable. Now, usually once the head moves forward, the shoulders start rolling in, and the arms also rotate internally. So as you can see, now it's my whole upper half of the body that has moved off of the gravity line. I'm in front of the coronal plane, and what had just happened in the neck, I'm starting to feel happening in the lower back. The muscles on my lower back are starting to contract because they have to hold me up. As that happens, my pelvis, just to counteract the weight of the body and the hip, the upper body, starts flexing forward, which in turn pushes my knees posteriorly. And so what really is holding me up now is the muscles of the thighs, the quads, the adductors, and also the muscles of the lower back and the muscles of the posterior compartment of the neck are holding my head up. So the whole body weight, I can feel the whole body weight shifting from the heel to the ball of the feet. And the knees are locked back, a lot of compression in the knee joints. I feel at the bottom of my feet the plantar fascia tightening up, and even the toes and my big toe are gripping the ground in an attempt to just keep me holding in place instead of just me being just supported by my whole frame. So bottom line, this chain reaction started just simply from a head forward, from a forward head posture, from a projected head in space. So what are you going to do about it? One thing that my patient find very useful is to follow the guidelines of sit down at their desk and try to make themselves as upright as they can. Bring maybe the monitor closer to their eyes, to their body. And several times during the day, I recommend that they take a nice deep breath while sitting at the desk and roll their shoulder backwards. And while they're rolling their shoulder backward, also externally rotate their arms. So that will really straighten up their shoulder momentarily and help them find their own coronal plane. As they do that, I also suggest that they move their head gently back, and without hyperextending the neck, just bringing the chin back, and just feel their own coronal planes. And then go back to their desk and repeat that as often as I can. That will help them build awareness of how they really need to be comfortable. If they're standing all day long, I ask them to maybe I suggest that they try and lean against the wall and have their sacrum against the wall, their shoulder blade, and see if they can bring the back of their head to touch the wall. Some of them are more challenged than others, so I don't suggest that they push her head back. Just simply gently bring their chin as far back as they can and just really find their own coronal plane. If these tips are not enough, I suggest that you schedule an appointment at the St. John Clark Treatment Center, see one of our therapists, and we will help you reposition yourself on your own coronal plane. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with these latest and greatest tips. Thank you very much.